Welcome to the second edition of the JAPIC interview series. My name is Valentina and I'm the project manager of the JAPIC project communication team. This year we are live from Universidad Carles III de Madrid, where the JAPIC team has come together for our annual general meeting. While here we took the opportunity to sit down with some of the junior researchers of the project, involved in the project, to hear about their perspectives, experiences and insights into the research we are carrying out across Europe. So stay tuned to meet the next generation of researchers driving the JAPIC forward.
Hi, I'm Athena Mara. I work in Northampton University as a lecturer in social policy and strategy, and I'm part of the UK team in the project. So my role in the project is co-leading Work Package 3 with Charles Lee University in Czechia. But also I'm working in Work Package 5, mainly in the qualitative part of it. So I have been following for Work Package 5, both the pilot intervention and the intervention as well. So for both of them, the first challenge was to start with Work Package 3 data collection. It was in the beginning of the project, so the challenge that we came forward was first of all to develop it on time and also to recruit schools, which was a challenge that we needed to tackle very soon. And the success of it was that in work packages 4 and mainly 5, we managed to collaborate at the end with a lot of schools. So from the UK at the moment we have collaborated with 14 schools, which is a big success so far. The other success is that the intervention, as we see it now analyzing the data, is going really well. It has statistical significance, but also from the qualitative data that I'm looking on from students, from teachers, but also from the observations we did in the classroom. We see that what the project and Work Package 5 has designed is working really well according to both teachers and students. So that's a really big win for us.
Very good.
A structured lesson, a plan of lessons, we have seen that they're working really well, and we hear from our teachers that they would like to take it on board. So it's a really nice thing to think about when developing curriculum, specifically in these times that civics and political and social issues are not highlighted as much in schools. It's also really nice to think about how students are reacting to the activities that the project has designed for them, and specifically for girls that in their own words, in their interviews, they're saying that indeed they have been empowered, they have seen some impact from our product. So that's a really nice outcome that we can see so far.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I am David Sanchez. I am working at the Carlos III University of Madrid. I am a pre-doctoral researcher at this team, and I have been working fundamentally at the working package 2 and 4, but I have also done some analysis for the working package 1 and 5. And our research has been fundamentally in the working package 2 doing some cross-national research on internal political efficacy and seeing how different institutional settings impact on the internal political efficacy of girls and boys. And we also have done some experimental analysis at the working package 4, and that's overall what we have done. Of course, my research paper is about how affective polarization impact on internal political efficacy, and it's quite a puzzling idea because what I argue is that affective polarization have a positive impact on democracy by fostering individuals' affective polarization. So, and also because I analyze how this impact differently in the different social groups. For example, if it's impacting differently on highly educated individuals or lower educated individuals, and also whether there are gender difference on this impact of affective polarization on internal political efficacy. And I think that the results are quite positive, and I think that it is an interesting, I have interesting results. This research is connected to the project because we all are analyzing how different settings impact on how people are confident or not so confident in their political understanding. And my analysis is focused fundamentally on these institutional or political factors that are not like in a school setting, but in the are rooted in the political competition or something. Like that, and I think that this is how it is linked.
So my name is Tim Schmidt. I'm a research associate at Gießen University on the German team for the GEPIC project, and my own empirical research focuses on autocracy and democracy, which is why I am particularly interested in so-called regime-related socialization or system-related political socialization. So in the last couple of weeks and months we visited schools. We were collecting data in schools to see how the political self-confidence, political self-efficacy, and especially the political and democratic attitudes of students differ between those students who are socialized in a democracy, such as Germany or Spain, for instance, and those pupils who are socialized in an autocracy, such as Syria, for example. And we see that indeed students with family roots in an autocracy or with migration histories require additional support in citizenship education because they may have never learned democratic values, but at the same time we see that they are eager to participate in politics and to experience democracy, and I think this is one of the most important findings within this research field. We have learned how important it is to implement quantitative and qualitative methods and how important it is to consider the respective empirical results in combination. And we see that the intervention works, so the intervention significantly improved the political self-confidence of pupils. And regarding democracy and autocracy-related socialization, we aim to adapt the intervention to the various contexts or dimensions of social disadvantage, so that we could adapt or that we could target pupils, for instance, who are socialized in an autocratic regime, in an authoritarian regime, or even a totalitarian regime, but now live in a liberal, functional democracy. Because after all, democracy is not just democratic institutions. For democracy, we need some kind of democratic self-concept or democratic self-image among citizens, and especially among young citizens. And this is precisely where GEPIC comes in.
Well, so I'm Lidia Núñez. I'm part of the Spanish team. Have been working as a research assistant for Working Package 2 and also Working Package 4, where we have been collecting data from secondary sources, and also in Working Package 4 we have been working for the experimental lab, lab experiments. So what I'm trying to do in my research is trying to see when the gender gap appears. So in the GEPIC project we are working already at schools and so on. So I'm trying to go one step before. So what is happening in the family for boys and girls develop different levels of internal political efficacy. So I'm trying to see if given the same family characteristics and the same family structure, a daughter and a son, a sister and a brother can develop like different levels of this feeling of being capable of participating in politics. So, well, mainly because my main dependent variable, that is internal political efficacy, I'm using the same attitude, which I think it's really important in order to understand like later behavior in life. So it helps us to know why then people participate more or are more or less interested in politics. So I think it makes a lot of sense, and I am also working with young people, which in a way is what GEPIC project is doing.
Hello, my name is Hanna Sotakova and I'm part of the Czech team. My main focus is on qualitative analysis, so I worked mainly in work package 3 where I worked on developing guidelines for teachers' interviews and, of course, also analysis of these interviews. And then I worked in work package 5. Again, qualitative analysis, but this time I worked with all the data. That means that I run analysis for teachers' interview, classroom observations, and also focus groups. In my paper, I focus mainly on discussions and the potential of discussions within classroom and within civics lessons. So we would like to describe strengths, of course, and limits of discussions being used within civics lessons. Discussions are one of used methods during civics lessons, and it's highly appreciated by students and by teachers as well, because obviously it increases engagement of students during lessons, and it's an opportunity for them to express their opinions, to increase their awareness about politics and about public affairs.
My name is Sophie. I am a part of the VUB team, so the Free University of Brussels. I've been on the project since the start of my PhD. I am now in my 3rd year of my PhD. I've been working in Work Package 1, Work Package 3, 4, and now finally in Work Package 5. I'm currently working on 2 papers. The first paper was about the focus groups in Work Package 3, so it was really the conversation with young people themselves, but the paper I'm currently working on is based on the video observations in the classrooms, and there I am focusing on how students might participate in classroom discussions or not participate in classroom discussions and what is happening between them.
My name is Noemí Echeverría. I'm currently working as a postdoctoral researcher in the Free University of Brussels. I am contributing with the team of Professor Cavadias as the coordinator of the scientific and administrative part of the JEPIC project. We are currently in the last 6 months of the project, so yeah, I'm really happy to be guiding you and providing you more explanation about it. I think as any large cross-national project, the JEPIC project provides us with lots of challenges in terms of coordinating the different national teams which have different schedules. We also foresee a really, I will say, ambitious data collection in schools, and therefore I think that was the most challenging part, trying to collect all the data that we wanted in order to test the hypotheses that we were presenting at the start of the project, and then to also analyze and finalize the results on time, because this was really challenging. Or at the same time, I think we have been really successful. As of now, we have completed data collection of 3 working packages. We have collected data in schools in Germany, the Czech Republic, Belgium, Denmark, and the United Kingdom. All this data that is currently available, we are gonna analyze it. Now, currently, we are busy with the working package 5 that deals with didactic interventions and how this affects the self-efficacy of girls. So I think we have so far produced lots of data, collected it, and we have done also analysis. And I think this is really successful despite the challenges that we face in terms of coordinating the different national teams. I think the JEPIC project provides us with the lessons of the need to actually consider more what is the role of gender in the classroom. We see that there is lots of available data, but sometimes this doesn't reflect or doesn't provide the opportunity to reflect on what could be not only gender but different forms of disadvantages, how this affects the way the students interact. That is at the level of education, but also in terms of policy. I think we see that there is lots of data available in terms of political representation and women in positions of political representation, but we see that this is not sufficient because we only consider gender, but we don't look to other forms of disadvantage. So I think the main message of the project is to have a pledge on to reconsider gender, to not only consider it as a lone factor, but rather how does this interact with other important areas of disadvantage, and how we can actually develop evidence-based policy using unique data as the one that we have collected in the schools, but also considering the analysis of the representatives, political representatives in different countries.